and welcome back to another anime episode review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hi, everyone.
Today we are talking about Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Part 2, Episode 2, or Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 14, if you're cool like we are. This title episoded Wedding Reception. Was it just reception, or I thought it was wedding reception?
I thought it was either way. It's a reception.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Not me. I do care because I'm right, because I'm not a fake fan.
It's not like we like the series or anything.
Yeah, no. So, if you're new here, no spoilers, because Kyle is an anime only and is going through this for the first time. Me, on the other hand, I know literally everything. So we're chilling, but there are no spoilers here if you're an anime only. I think I forgot to mention that last time. Yada yada. I don't know. Most of y'all know the drill. Good to see all y'all again, by the way. I appreciated getting to see everyone in the comments again. That was very fun. So, this episode was pretty good. I think I say that every single time because it's warranted every single time.
You're
Kyle,
the mid-show meat writer. I get it. You kind of have to stick with your brand.
I glaze it routinely, bro. They called me Krispy Kreme in third year writing, bro.
I'm gonna ignore that. The episode was pretty fun. It was nice getting to see like all the character interactions this episode, especially. It was very nice to see it. You know, it just felt like you got to see the payoff to all the stuff from season 1, like all the friends that he made along the way. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but getting just to see everyone chat with him and some big drops of information, some big info dumps. Yeah, those were good. And then there was a duel, and that was funny. And then they get married. We'll talk about the details. In like 10 seconds. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yes, no, I mean, I loved it. I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, obviously it's not the light novel. There's, you know, they can't, you know, put literally every single word in. But it was a very faithful adaptation. I think they got literally everything. Like if I had to critique something, there is like one singular part later that like they could have like, it was whenever Zenobo was leaving, like they could have like, I don't know, flushed his cheeks to make it like extremely apparent he was drunk, or he could have been like, man, I can't believe I'm drunk right now. Like if I had to critique it, that's like the one thing I would do.
That's like a minor nitpick though.
Yeah, no, like it literally does not matter whatsoever. Other than that, though, I'm very happy with the adaptation. And everything.
I want to throw this out there. The Rat has made the executive decision to skip the OP for now. Like I listened to the song itself, but not the visuals, because apparently, and I'm going to quote him, they do a somewhat JJK season 2 Shibuya special where, like the OP specials, where they just spoil the entire thing in the OP. So
yeah, so you know, I really deliberated over it. I was like, well, I could either just not mention anything, show it to him. I was like, but Kyle's a smart cookie. He's gonna figure some stuff out. He's gonna color between the lines on some stuff. So I elected to not show the OP. I'll show you the OP at the end of the season, Kyle. There is a certain point that I can show you the OP at, because after that it doesn't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Now, like it's a great OP, if not like even a little bit generic. Like, I mean, just being completely honest, it's my least favorite OP song, like by a pretty wide margin.
But were the visuals good?
The visuals are very, very good. I mean, I prefer visually. I prefer it to last season's OP.
Yeah.
But it definitely does feel more like a generic anime OP.
It did. I mean, my first comment upon hearing it was, I said, this sounds like a 2010s anime OP. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's still a pretty decent song, and we have all of season 1's OPs in Spiral, so I'm not too mad that it's like not like oh no, it's not literally the best opening ever made. It's still good. I still like it, but yeah, I did not show Kyle. Just
I don't want to wait till the end of the season, but yeah, whenever
you see too much. Yeah.
Whenever you feel like it's a good part to, whenever you feel like it's whenever we get to one of the episodes or whatever, and then there's no like big surprises you could show me.
Yeah, for sure. But with all that said,
yeah,
let's just get straight into talking about it. So Kyle, I will let you lead us through. I'll comment on stuff as we go through, and I will add more context, clarify where clarifications are needed.
Yeah, so what's the name of the author?
Rifujin Maganote. I'm probably butchered that. I've never
So,
heard someone pronounce that name.
so it
Rifujin
was
is what we generally call them.
Refugine.
Rifujin.
Refugine. It was very bold of Refugine to start with a slur. I'll say that. Very bold
Extremely
very
bold.
bold artistic decision to have what was written almost look like some certain word that shall not be named.
Mhm.
So the episode starts with him sending out these invitations, and getting ready for the wedding, getting clothes, sending out invitations.
He's finally got his new drip. I
drip.
have been waiting for him to get this new drip forever.
From bronze to silver.
I like it. I like it a lot better than the gray robe. Iconic. At this point, it's outworn. It's welcome. I'm glad he finally got his new drip.
This one, it looks neat. I like it. I don't have too many thoughts on it. It's just like silver robing, but it looks good on him.
His second best outfit.
It look other than the gold one, which may or may not happen.
Anyway.
Anyway.
You have no clue.
Anyway, so they do that. They send all the invitations, and so some of the people couldn't make it. Like the principal couldn't make it. Who was the other? Because there's three people. Buddy Daddy, we'll get to him. The principal, and who was the other one? Soldat.
Yeah, Soldat.
Yeah.
Very
So,
disappointing. I wish Soldat could have shown up.
Yeah, for the reception. And then they said Buddy Daddy wasn't going to join. I was like, oh, no Buddy Daddy. And then he showed up anyway, which was pretty, I liked when he showed up. But, they get everyone in there. Everyone's just hanging out, talking, eating. You get, some scenes of, the Beast People eating food. You see Nanahoshi move her mask and, show chips in her mouth. It was pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that happens before or after. But at one point, Rudeus is going to, give, the toast, I guess. And in the middle of it, Buddy Daddy shows up and he interrupts everything and is like, "Hi, I'm here now." And it was like, "Why'd you wait so long?" And he said, what was the reason? It's like he chose to wait.
It's customary where he comes
yeah,
for royalty to show up when they are least expected to make everything livelier.
Okay, you know what? That's
pretty sick.
That was cool. That was cool. He showed up and he helped Rudeus or he helped him make the toast better. Rudeus was like, "Am I being a bit too stiff?" And he's just like, "Look, you guys love each other. Let's just celebrate love, everyone." And then Rudeus is like, "Yeah, if we ever need help, we'll look for you guys to the future. But for now, cheers, mates. Let's all just celebrate." And they have a pretty fun celebration. There's not detail-wise. I'm so stupid. I'm forgetting one of the most funny parts of the episode. It was before all these people showed up, and Rudeus was in the bathtub with Sylphiette.
Uh-huh.
How could I forget?
How could you?
I'm ashamed of myself. I'm not a real Mushoku Tensei fan.
You are routinely a fake fan, yes.
But I'm beating the allegations now by bringing it up. And they're in the tub, and she leans over, and he immediately grabs her and rushes to the bedroom. That was pretty funny.
He folded immediately. I respect that. It's his wife. You can't get mad at it.
Cannot. But anyway, so back to what they were doing. Detail-wise, unless I'm missing a few things, I mean, they talk to him individually, kind of have one-on-one discussions with him, and some key stuff happens, like when Nanahoshi just says "Good, I wish you guys luck, bye-bye,"
Congrats.
leaves. Yeah, congrats. And Sylphie's like, "Hey, wait, what did you mean when you said you and Rudeus were from the same place?" And Rudeus is like, worrying about that, and Nanahoshi's just like, "Oh, I just assumed because he spoke the same language I did. That's all." Covering for him, which was nice.
I can clarify here a little bit. This is the other area that they could have added something to, because I do think you kind of get the wrong idea here. In the light novel, it's Rudeus is clear. He's like, "Oh, I haven't told Sylphie yet." He's like, "I plan to." He's like, "It's not a problem if I tell her." He's like, "I don't know if now would be the best time." He's like, so he just leaves it to Nanahoshi to see what she's gonna do, and she gives that. So he's like, okay. He's like, "It'll wait for another day then."
Good news.
Yeah, so it wasn't like he was hiding from it. He wasn't sweating bullets.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Where he kind of had that weird look on his face, and I was like, "Oh, is he gonna?"
That was the one. I do wish we kind of had a little bit of his inner monologue there, being like, "Oh, yeah, I haven't told Sylphie about that yet."
A small detail. Oh well.
I mean, I think they do it fine, anyways.
Am I missing anything big up to this point? Up to that point in the episode, not really. There's not any big details I'm overlooking. Yeah.
Not really. No, they're just
Yeah,
chilling, getting married. They got the potato chips there.
they're
I
all
don't know how she's
talking,
eating them.
and then and then Ellen Elise exists.
Yeah, they
So
all are giving their congratulations and whatnot.
Ellen Elise just she starts like saying like, yeah, I'm very, very, very. She starts crying and like falls over like on her knees. And like, it was super weird for me just seeing that. Just being like, okay, what's going on? And then I forgot who said it first, but one of them's like, "Oh my God, are you like my grandma?"
Yeah,
That's what
Sylphie.
Sylphie said, right?
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you my grandma?" And I was like, "Grandma?"
This is the first payoff of my stupid jokes where I foreshadow stuff. Because back at like the beginning of season 2, I said you were like, how old is Ellen Elise? I'm like, she's old enough to be someone's grandma for sure.
Oh my God. That one I would just not have picked up on. Like,
no, not
like
at all. That was the beauty of it. That was the beauty of it.
You set the seeds. You set it all in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ED one, like that was just amazing. But like
Yeah.
that one was just one that like it wasn't so like you weren't parading that one around in my face. That was just like a one-off little joke.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, when she pieced it together, because it's like I heard that my grandma traveled with part of like Rudeus's dad's group, and like the dad got shunned or something. I don't remember exactly what she said.
Yeah, basically just like, yeah, my dad got shunned from like elf society, had trouble marrying,
and like the same like the necklace thing, like something some carving thing was like.
Well, that was Rudeus.
Oh, yeah.
Where he was like looking back on it. The necklace that Sylphie carved for me was really similar to the one that Ellen Elise had.
So she starts like crying and is like overwhelmed by emotion. She runs upstairs, and so the vibe kind of.
She does not run upstairs, Kyle.
Sorry.
She does not run upstairs. You have to get this part right. Rudeus asks Cliff to take her upstairs so that she can calm down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
On their way out, Ellen Elise is like, look, like Rudeus, like I know I'm me. But Laws was normal, Sylphie's normal, and Rudeus is like, don't worry. I'm not breaking up.
Yeah.
I'm not divorcing my wife because of you. You should be more worried that now you're related to my dad.
He's making jokes, and she's like, Rudeus, you pick like the weirdest times to make jokes.
Yep. And then Cliff took her up to the room. She did not run upstairs.
I'm so sorry.
They are adults, and they handle their problems like adults, Kyle.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Fakest fan.
The
fakest fan, dude.
My poor semantical statement did not meet up to expectations. I'm sorry.
Not at all. Not at all.
She did not run upstairs. She teleported upstairs.
There you go. There you go. No, that's later this season.
I can't tell if you're joking or not. I don't like that. You could just be for real. You could be like, oh yeah, like this character just teleports, and I'm like, do they? Is there another mass teleportation? I don't know. But anyway, so she is taken upstairs, escorted upstairs by a kind young man, and then after that, I think people start leaving.
I'd say this is the other thing I think the episode could have done like a tiny bit better was in the light novel. Like this isn't. It's kind of framed this way in the anime, like, oh well, everyone's like, oh well, after that happened, we're kind of heading out.
That's what I thought.
In the light novel, the party continued for a little bit because Buddy Daddy was there and he kept everyone jovial.
Oh, that's nice detail.
And so the mood recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was another thing with the anime.
Yeah. But as they're all like getting ready to leave, Ariel and Luke are leaving, and they're just chatting with Rudy. Or no, they're gonna leave, and she's like, "Hey, Rudy." Oh no, Sylphie goes to talk with Ellen Elise, and like Cliff's downstairs with Rudeus, and then Ariel and Luke are about to leave, and like, can we speak to you in private for a moment? They walk outside, and Ariel's like, "I'd like you to have a duel with Luke." And Rudeus is like, okay, what's the catch? He's like, oh, there's no catch. I mean, you're free to refuse. How, like, you can refuse the duel if you want. And Luke is like, please, Rudeus, please, no diff me, Rudeus,
please.
So
I need to move down tier list, Rudeus.
So I need to put the masses back in their seats, Rudeus. So as I worded it in their duel, they have their duel, but as I worded it, Bro got hurt 3 times in a duel. Rudeus hit him twice because the third time he's on the ground, he smacks his hand on the snow and it some of his fingers. They look like they pop out of place.
Yeah, his arm was already broken, and then
he hits the ground and it hurts even more. And I started laughing as they're like, get a healer or something, get someone to fix his arm. So
yeah, no, I'm so glad with how they adapted that. Because in the light novel, it's fast too. That's exactly how it goes in the light novel. It's 2 hits.
You got washed.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good in the anime.
It's weird. A lot of duels or a lot of fights in the show they're a lot faster than you'd expect. Like most anime fights to be. They're pretty fast paced. And by fast paced, I mean less movement, less things happening, and just snap, the fight's over.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in some of thinking of this fight, thinking of the big funny fight scene against Orsted, Orsted just outclasses everyone in Dead End.
Yeah.
I cannot even express how much he does. Rudeus and Luke is a little bit closer, but as it's explained, the light novel gives a little more detail. We're as the princess's guard, Luke has a ton of magic items and whatnot. And he does, train in the sword. But he is nowhere near Eris or Ruijerd, who, Rudeus is used to being around and used to practicing against. So even without magic, Rudeus can, see everything super clearly. He did use his Eye of Foresight. But he was even without that, he said it would have just lasted a couple blows.
Yeah, he can and did just beat this guy really quick. And
without even using magic, bro.
No. And the reason he did, or the reason that they asked the duel was they said, Sylphie's been with us for a long time. Basically, it boiled down to Sylphie accompanied them for a long time, and they wanted 2 things. One, they wanted to make sure that Rudeus was fit to watch over her, take care of her, prove his strength almost. And 2, they were just talking with them after, and they're like, they kind of want her to settle down and not have to worry about going with it. They almost want it just to be okay, have your kid stay there. They don't want to make her do this anymore. It's she served her time almost. Back when she got teleported here, the only reason that she was with us is because of the mass teleportation. When she has her kids, she should start leading her own life. They don't want to control her life anymore. Almost. That's kind of the vibe I got.
Yeah.
So, they do that, and then they leave, and then what is it? They go back upstairs, and they talk with Sylphie and Ellen Elise, and they talk. They just got done talking through it, and I think after that, everyone else leaves, and it ends with them just standing outside, letting all the people out, and then they go back inside, enjoying their first night of being married.
Yeah. One detail you forgot about Cliff at the end.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So, Rudy's sitting there after talking with everyone, or the 4 of them, and he's thinking to himself, Cliff's probably become pretty disillusioned to the whole thing now that he's seen her for what she really is, or knowing that she has grandkids must be a huge turnoff. And then he's like, wow. Here he asks Cliff, so, are you feeling disillusioned about everything? And he's like, no. And she's such a kind person, and I'm gonna break her. He doubles down, whereas Rudeus thought he's probably just gonna stop liking her at this point.
Yeah.
No, he just doubled down, which I thought was pretty neat. Where he's I expect she's such a great person. I especially want to break this curse now. I like their dynamic, Cliff and Elise. They have such a cool dynamic, a funny one.
Yeah. No, I love Cliff. I think this is to say his best moment so far on it. I'd say it's probably his best moment so far.
My takes from him sucked. Holy shit,
dude, that was hilarious. You're
so
he's gonna be Rudeus' rival. And he's gonna
That's what
be
it
his
seemed
rival
like
at magic school.
Well,
No, dude, he's one of the bros.
In the OVA where it showed what Eris was doing on her own. That's kind of I thought that's what the setup was gonna be, where it's oh well, he likes this girl, but she likes Rudy, and so I thought they were gonna go that route. I apologize for Mushoku Tensei. I was not familiar with the game.
Yeah. But no, I love this from Cliff because he's like, yeah, Lisa
Genuinely a cool guy.
isn't who I thought she was. And Rudy's like, oh, he's finally getting disillusioned. He's finally getting the whatever. He's like, I kind of understand. He's like, still a piece of shit though, because he's disillusioned. Cliff was like, she's far more tragic a person I ever thought she was. Like, he's like, I have to cure this curse. He's like, I'm more resolved now than ever. And then,
yeah, to want to help her.
Rudy's
Cliff's a
like,
genuine great guy.
no, he is. Rudy's like, what? Like, I thought you'd be disillusioned. He's like, no. He's like, who do you take me for? He's like,
Man.
no matter who she is, or whatever is contrary to my ideals. He said, as a follower of Millis, I have a responsibility to make the one woman who loves me happy, because I love her too. And it's like, dude, he is so real for that.
I really did do the. I said like, man, I feel bad because I really did do the equivalent of just you're doing like the Gear 5 Blood Edge, like you killed my team, like expecting like just the worst in him and expecting like this whole edgy thing. No, he's just a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a
who
great
likes the
guy
girl and wants to help her break this curse.
He's really stand up, bro. He's like, yeah, Rudy, I hope, like, you know, he's like, you don't have to be so formal with me. He's like, we're friends. Like, I hope I can. He's like, I want to ask for your help on this in the future. He's like, because, you know, we like, I want this to get cured. And yeah, no, they're just Cliff's just a junior. I love Cliff. I love Cliff so much.
We stand Cliff. We do
stand Cliff. I'd say that's his best moment so far.
I would agree.
Just getting to see his devotion to Ellen Elise, to get to see his devotion to his faith. It's so good.
It's not like a sexual thing. It's just like this poor woman's been through a lot, and I just want to help her.
Yeah. I love it.
He feels his resolve. Great. Peak even.
It is absolutely peak.
But yeah, and unless we're missing anything, I think that's the episode.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd say the one other thing you'll find funny, it was cut from the episode, which I understand it was a very minor part, was at the party, Luke was hitting on Nanahoshi.
Yeah, that was funny.
And she was not interested at all. Like that is a direct quote from the book. She is not interested at all.
I could easily see her being like having more interest in eating the potato chips than just talking to this guy.
Yeah. She was hogging the potato chips. She was snarfing them down, bro.
Thank God the anime portrayed that accurately. I would have been.
No, I was happy. I was happy with it. Only thing was it did not show her sharing them with Julie. Oh well.
Aww.
But it did show Julie joining in on Zenobia.
That's better.
Buddy
That's
Daddy's
better. With her
contest.
riding Buddy Daddy's shoulder, that was so fucking adorable.
I really love getting to see all these characters together. Like,
Man.
you know, we kind of got to see it at the end, but like this is like Rudy and Sylvie are married now. These are their friends they've made. This is like, it's like, oh, they're like we're here. Like there's progress been made. The story has advanced. These people have grown up and they've grown around each other. And you know, the story that has previously happened is still like is doing whatever. You know,
it just makes me sad knowing that there is gonna be a moment where Rudeus like walks outside and he's gonna go, "Hello world," and you're gonna see like 3 atom bombs fall on the city.
It's 5 actually.
I don't know if you're being serious. I don't know. Pains me not knowing.
I will say one other thing that we said in while we were watching that I do want to clear. Yes, they're married. So marriage in Mushoku Tensei is different from like marriage as we think about it. Like marriage, like as we think about it in the Mushoku Tensei world, is like a Millis country marriage. Like you know, white bridal dress, white grooms, whatever. Right, tux, get married with the priest in a church, like that. That's a formal Millis wedding. Yeah. But like marriage in the Mushoku Tensei world is so different, and there's so many different like peoples and whatnot, yada yada yada. Like this, like having the reception itself and like the toast was essentially like their vows.
Oh,
like, yeah,
neat.
So I mean, like they were already basically married.
Man,
like,
imagine a fictional world having different rules than our own. That's crazy.
That's wild. That's crazy almost. But
you could
have
a
Cliff
whole
did give them a little
that.
like you could. Like Cliff gave them the little like blessing or whatever because he's a minister of the Millis faith. Because if you'll remember correctly,
I picked up on that. Where
okay, what do you know about Cliff's family?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Because that was in the that was all explained in the OVA, right?
Yeah, I don't think this is a spoiler. I'm pretty sure you already know this. He's the grandson of the Pope of the Millis faith.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a spoiler. I'm pretty sure you already know that.
Yeah, I can't wait until the turning point 3 is like, we just outlawed elves. Anyone who's caught with an elf will be executed.
No, that's turning point 4.
Now that one I feel like is I could tell that one's a bit.
Really? How could you tell?
Because turning point 4, the thing that you gassed up as the most peak of all fiction wouldn't just be, oh, we've outlawed elves.
Dude, you don't know, bro. That's kind of what the Goombaning was, and I gassed up the Goombaning, bro.
That's a we're not gonna talk about that. We're just
Yes, but Rudy and Sylphie are officially married.
They are, and I cannot wait to see how tragic their relationship falls. Whenever Eris walks in the door with the milk container that she went to go get, and then she like walks upstairs and sees like Rudy with Sylphie, like that, awkward.
She'd probably die of a heart attack.
Or 2.
No, just one. You can only have one heart attack.
I don't like the tone that you say that with.
Why don't you, Kyle?
Such a aggravating tone. It mocks me.
You have no clue.
She could have the 3rd heart attack, and you could just say that, and I wouldn't know.
Whoa, heart attack 4? That's crazy. It's easily the best heart attack in the series. Well,
anyway,
I'd say we're suitably at the point where we're done talking about the episodes. So
yeah.
Unless, do you have any final thoughts, Kyle?
It was just really wholesome to see them get married. This was just one of those, like, not just a point A to point B episode, because a lot of more stuff happened. It was just a more, I've kind of gotten used to the more chilled, laid back kind of season 2 vibe. Yeah. Like, there has, not in a mean way, but like after getting to the city, like in terms of excitement, it's been less like excitement. The most excitement I can recall was like whenever he saw Nanahoshi and he who getting the best panic attack.
Who getting the best panic attack. That's so true.
That was the most exciting, like in terms of, like raw action or whatever, but it's been a lot more laid back, and I completely respect it when shows aren't just constantly like doing the equivalent of jiggling keys in front of you with like action. Like you see these people going through their lives and you get attached to them because they do things that make them likable, and you get to see the fruits of all this effort that the authors put in all culminate into them getting married and having these friends. It's just cool thinking like it just started out with a broken boy from a hurt past, and looking at all the people who love him now, it's just super sweet.
It's crazy. I mean, I think the prologue sets this up pretty good, honestly. I feel like I could talk for approximately 23 and a half minutes about how good the prologue like
on a
sets
prologue,
this up and
make a video about it.
That's crazy. Almost as if there's a video called "How the Prologue of Mushoku Tensei Sets the Stage for the Perfect Isekai" that you all should go check out right now.
I hate that you stole my joke.
No, I made that joke last episode. I made that joke last episode.
Yeah, but I was gonna say it this episode.
It's an obvious joke.
I was gonna say it this episode.
Okay,
it's not
Kyle.
fair.
Okay, Trevor, make the joke, and then I'm cutting it.
What joke?
Well, if you're this far in the episode, obviously there's 10 likes. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what you thought about this episode. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.